Hey guys, meteorologist Doug Hetty Weather 2020 video. This is Tuesday, early afternoon. I hope you guys are having a great Tuesday so far. Fantastic weather outside. I leave for Alaska this evening. Haven't packed yet. Still need to mow and weed eat the yard. We're going to cut it a little bit close. All right, the weather has really turned out fantastic over the past day or two after the severe weather that a big chunk of Kansas, Missouri, Oklahoma, and Arkansas saw on Sunday night. Today, we're going to talk about the next 2 days, but we're going to talk about the weather pattern, the LRC. We're going to break it all down for you in this video right here. First off, huge shout out to my boys, Superior Roofing and Construction. They're a four-state premier roofing contractor. They're family-owned. They're located right here in Joplin, Missouri, 7th and High Street. They did my roof last fall. If you have roofing needs, especially if we get high winds or hail, make sure you give them a call. They're great, very professional. Number is right there on your screen. All right, let's take a look real quickly over the next 2 days. Of course, today we have some cumulus clouds out there, but overall, pretty good. High temps near 80, 77, KC 81. Wichita, a little bit warmer, Oklahoma City, up to about 86 degrees. By morning, look at this. Overnight lows, Missouri into the upper 50s. Everybody else low to mid 60s. As we go into Wednesday afternoon, a little bit warmer. 81 Joplin, 87 in Kansas City, 92 Salina, Dodge City, warming up to about 95 degrees as our area of high pressure starts to move on top of us, and that is going to give us the heat dome, keeping us mainly dry, but also at the same time, the heat and the humidity return. So by Thursday afternoon, most of us go back into the 90s. Look at Oklahoma City, up to 100 degrees. All right, so pretty quiet, pretty boring, at least the next few days. So that's why today we are breaking down the pattern. All right, so let's look at it. This is called the LRC. So what the LRC is, the Lezak recurring cycle. So Gary Lezak, retired meteorologist out of Kansas City, he found this pattern in the mid to late 80s. And then when I was in college in the late 90s, I found this pattern as well. And there are some other meteorologists that were very close to finding it. But Gary's been working on this since the mid 80s. And then, ironically, him and I started working together in the early 2000s. And then him and I and another meteorologist named Jeff Penner, we have worked, Brett Anthony, Jeremy Nelson, we've worked very hard on this pattern for the past 25 years. Every single year, we learn something new. But the LRC is the main pattern in the Northern Hemisphere. Now, there's other patterns like the MJO. We got El Nino, La Nina, we got the AO, the NAO, the PNA. They all influence the LRC. So the LRC sets up every year at the end of September, early October. So we're starting to morph or transition into that pattern at this point in time. And then once we get this new pattern, I can't wait to get out of this old pattern. It's been terrible. Then we can really project forward and figure out exactly what is going to happen as we go into the winter months and next spring and summer. All right, El Nino watch. Next winter, or this winter, El Nino has been forming the past couple months. And what El Nino does is it usually drops the jet stream farther south, and we usually get a more active pattern in the Central Plains. Now, La Nina usually gives us those polar vortex and those Arctic outbreaks. It doesn't mean we can't get one with an El Nino pattern, but usually it's a wetter pattern. Now, remember, El Nino influences the LRC, so it's just one piece of the puzzle as we go through the next year or so. We do have a patent pending LRC model and projecting from this past June all the way through next July. It does show us where the really wet spots are going to be. And you can see the central, at least southern central plains, should be much wetter. Now, we've had a very severe drought across Kansas, Missouri, Oklahoma. So we need a wetter pattern to get out of this. Now, so as we look toward the winter, it should be more active. It should be wetter. I expect it to be wetter, but it doesn't mean we're going to have more snow. We still have to see where the LRC sets up and those upper level lows track. But as we get into the spring, the El Nino influencing the LRC usually gives us a more tornado alley type spring forecast, meaning a stormier forecast. So, very excited that the new pattern is going to be setting up as we go through about the next 6-7 weeks, because I want to get out of this pattern and enter this new pattern, which is going to be much, much better for all of us: Kansas, Missouri, Arkansas, and Oklahoma. Of course, you can go to weather2020.com if you want more information about the Weather 2020 company. We mainly, we have all types of clients, but mainly service ag clients across the region. Of course, if you guys have any questions, comments, leave them in the comment section below. Again, I'm off to Alaska. I'll do a couple, probably 3 or 4 videos when I'm gone over the next 2 weeks. I'll try to get some nice scenery. Of course, back here we got the Chief stuff, which is nice scenery, but I'll see if I can get you some really good scenery. All right, guys, have a great Tuesday. Chat soon.